my name is Kavya and I work at Telios Tutors. I teach maths, English and science to a variety of students from Key Stage 2 to GCSEs. I also teach A-level maths, chemistry and biology. I have extensive experience with teaching students from all different kinds of backgrounds, including those whose first language isn't English, as well as students with dyslexia and ADHD. When I teach, I like to inspire. I like to make sure my students don't feel restricted in any way, and instead I provide them with guidance, advice and confidence to really unlock their potential. So a little background on my education is I went to a grammar school, a selective grammar school, and I actually have quite a bit of experience in teaching Year 5 and Year 6 students towards their 11+ entrance exams. And in fact, all my students have got their top choice schools, which is really quite rewarding for me, as well as my students and their parents as well. I then completed my degree in biomedical science from St George's University of London, and I'm currently working towards my second degree, medicine, which I'm due to graduate in 2025. So as you can see, education and learning is something that I'm really quite passionate about. So if anyone has any questions regarding the application into medical school in terms of UCAS applications, personal statements, medical entrance exams, as well as interviews, then please feel free to contact me. So I've perfected my teaching over the years by appreciating that not all students learn the same way. For example, some students are more of a visual learner, or some students already know all the content, but it's more about exam technique and really understanding what examiners are looking for to reach that top grades. So I like to understand their optimum way of learning and then tailor my lessons accordingly, so they can really have an exponential growth in their education, as well as make the most out of lesson times. That being said, I'd also say I'm quite a dependable person in the sense that I like to work with students long term, because I know long-term tutors can really create that stability and a really good relationship, but not with just students, but also with their parents as well. And I also like to engage parents into my students' education by really showing them progress of my students, as well as telling them what they can do to really help, because I believe parents are also instrumental in their child's learning. I'm also really easily accessible. So for example, if my student has an exam coming up, or if they have an interview coming up and they want that extra bit of support, they're more than welcome to contact me, and I'm happy to do extra lessons and provide them with additional advice and support as well. So for me, it's really important that my students really enjoy the experience of tuition. And I do this by making my lessons as engaging as possible, particularly the younger students, by making it more fun and creative as well. I also like to target the weaknesses of my students. So for example, if I'm teaching a particular topic, I would usually ask them, if they've learnt this topic before, and if they have, what particular part of this topic do they find difficult, purely because then I can really address those weaknesses so they can really quite improve as well, and also provide homework to really consolidate their learning. For me, teaching, I would say, is definitely really quite gratifying, especially when students come to me with their reports or with their test papers saying how much of improvement that they made or how they've achieved top grades. And I've even had parents come to me telling them that, teachers have seen a difference in their students' attitude towards learning, their classwork and their homework, as well as their exam results. And for me, that's really quite rewarding. And also seeing how proud students are when they really put in that extra bit of hard work, because I believe hard work can let you achieve any goal that you have. So I really like to give that additional support to my students. And I would also say that I'm quite dependable, honest, as well as hardworking. So I'm hardworking in the sense that I'm really good with my time management. So I like to pre-plan all my lessons to the best of my abilities, as well as making the most out of each lesson time and providing them with the correct homework and work alongside the national curriculum. I'd also say I'm quite understanding, and I know that every student doesn't learn the same way, and I just need to be patient with some students and really just be engaging and be a good role model to them as well. I believe from personal experience, I know how instrumental a tutor has been for me during my school time as well. So I would like to provide that same sort of support to many students on this platform at Telios Tutors. And the fact that you have reached Telios Tutors is definitely a good step in the right path. So I thank you for listening, and I'm looking forward to working with you or your student, and thank you.